Well, hello everyone. I'm Mike Kenny, Executive Director for Warriors Ascent, and I just want to say thank you for taking our online survey on what issues that you're facing. So we had, roughly about 35, 40 or so people participate, and we greatly appreciate that, but for your efforts, we wanted to kind of share the results in terms of what it is that, the issues that people are contending with. So everyone kind of gets a sense of, hey, you're not the only ones. Many people are sharing in the same, I'll say, struggles, and things of that nature. So we want you to know that you're not alone. So really what I want to do is just kind of recap some of the findings and then also speak to our program, not to, shamelessly sell what it is that we do at Warriors Ascent, but to let you know, seeing as how you did come to our website, that, I'd say many, if not all, of the symptoms that are ailing you, we in one manner or another, I think, can address with our program or at least some of the resources on our website. So I just want to share that with you. Just very quickly, so really I'd say in three categories, or I should say most of the issues that we saw in the surveys fell into three categories: a sense of betrayal or lack or loss of trust, obviously trauma endured by, I'd say the vast preponderance of the participants, and then self-value, purpose, a loss of identity, loss of purpose, or even just a sense of an inability to contribute and things of that nature. So again, I just want to reiterate, you guys are not alone in this, guys and gals, and if this speaks to you, just know that other people feel the same way. So those are the three categories, but I'm just going to recap, some of the things. Obviously, I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but if this is you, if this speaks to you, hey, just know that, I think we can help. So lack of trust, feelings of betrayal, anxiety and fear, I'd say that's really pretty common. A feeling of being overwhelmed, whether those be calls, memories, or past experiences, admitting that you're feeling the stress. Right? So feeling weak or incapable, a sense of embarrassment at even being bothered by some of the things that you're feeling. And I have to say, you are not alone. You are not weak. That is a common theme with a lot of the people that come to us, is they feel that, hey, I'm the only one that feels this way, and if I were tougher, I'd be able to tough it out, and these things wouldn't bother me. And I'm here to tell you that nothing is farther from the truth. So lack of emotional connection, that's the other thing, is people turn off emotions, they compartment these things, and it's been said, if you numb one emotion, you numb them all. So if you're trying to numb the pain and things like that, you're also numbing connection and feelings of love and things of that nature. So you need to bear that in mind as well. You can't just selectively numb emotions. You need to deal with them productively. Many of you can't miss too much time from work. You can't unplug for weeks on end. And again, I will say what it is that we offer our 5 days. 5 days is pretty condensed. We pack a lot into those 5 days. But, in terms of what I'll call minimum effective dose, I think our program is actually very effective in that regard. And many people come to us because of exactly that, because we get a lot done in those 5 days of intensive work. Many don't know what to do to get help. And again, I think we've got a tried and true methodology. Come April, we do our 44th cohort. We've done this for 5+ years. We've helped over 400 people. And again, I am not trying to shamelessly sell our program to you. I just want you to know that what it is that we do and what it is that we offer, and the advice and the tools and the practices, they work. They're evidence-based, backed by science. So whether you come to our program or not, the things that we're recommending in terms of being able to maybe remedy some of these issues and symptoms, you should at least try. Loss of purpose is another common one. A feeling that they can't contribute or have worth. I feel like a failure or burden. And again, this is clearly not the case, but this is a limiting belief, as we say. You've convinced yourself of that, and really you need to rewire yourself to have more productive thoughts. keeping things bottled up inside, no outlet. So this gets back to numbing emotions. You cram that stuff down and compartment it. It's not healthy. You need other coping skills and mechanisms. So lack of confidence, not thinking that I can beat this. I'm never going to oversell it and say, oh, hey, come to our program and you'll be healed in 5 days. It's a journey. It takes work, but I'm here to tell you there are many people that have come to our program and have said unequivocally that it saved their lives. They've done the things that we've told them to do. They've kept up with the practices and they're in a much better place. So I'm telling you, hope is out there. You just need to do the right things. And sticking with coping skills, I think many of you probably know what it is that you need to do. You just need support. You need, a roadmap, maybe a community that'll help keep you accountable to yourself so you do the right things. So in terms of the Warriors Ascent program, really the major facets that we cover down on, which I think address all of these issues, are self-care. You need to take care of yourself. Self-care is not selfish, as we like to say. Many people, especially in the first responder community, the veteran community, feel that, hey, mission first, that's other people. I'll tend to myself later. And I'm here to tell you, and the organization's here to tell you, if that's the case, you're always putting yourself last, you're not going to do anybody any good, because you're not going to be at your best. You're not going to bring your best self to whatever endeavor you're pursuing. Automatic thoughts, what we like to say, system 1 and system 2 thinking, system 1 of your automatic thoughts. If those aren't serving you, your habits, your reactions, you're probably undermining your performance or your relationships, and you're not even realizing it. So those are some of the things that we talk about. So that's Daniel Kahneman's Thinking Fast and Slow. Limiting beliefs. We have one of our providers from the Triumph program. He digs down deep into that. What are your automatic thoughts and limiting beliefs that you may not even be aware of or cognizant of that are limiting your interactions with others? This notion that I'm not good enough, I'm a failure, I can't do that. You really need to be aware of that and rethink it, and realize that the impact it's having on your day-to-day life. So we address that as well. Healthy boundaries. Are you surrounding yourself by positive people that fill you up, or are you surrounding yourself with people that are toxic, that just drain you and that really aren't good for your psychological and emotional well-being? If that's the case, maybe they're coworkers, maybe they're family, either way. You need to set some boundaries so that they're not just ruining you, so to the best of your ability, you need to set those boundaries, and believe it or not, it's well within your purview to do exactly that. So what are some of the modalities that we use? Meditation and mindfulness, so those are, I'll say, the cornerstones of our program, and that deals with everything from calming yourself down to being centered, to being focused, to being regulated, to step in between stimulus and response. So that is one of the major things that we teach that really just crosses over so many facets of emotional and psychological well-being. So if you don't have a meditation practice, I highly recommend that you do. The body, yoga, nutrition, movement, fitness. So sleep rituals, moving, stretching, eating right. So more than just, I'll say, weight loss, body composition, and aesthetics. Many people don't know that you've got more neurotransmitters, the things responsible for your sense of well-being, hormones and things. You've got more neurotransmitters in your gut than you do in your head. So if you're not eating well, it's more than just energy. It's a sense of well-being. It's so many different. It touches upon so many other facets of health. You need to eat right. No sugar. No sugar. Alcohol, things of that nature. Limit that as much as possible. But if you're not dialing in your diet, you really need to look at doing that. Self-efficacy, being effective. Do you manage your schedule? Do you prioritize the things in your life that are the most important to you? And that includes self-care. You can control the beginning and end of your day, probably the most, our bookends, AM and PM bookends. If you're not programming in self-care and the things that are important to you in the mornings and in the evenings, you're not taking control of your life like you should. So I know many people say, I just don't have the time. You actually have more time than you think if you manage it well. So what we teach is is managing your time and prioritizing the things that are really important to you, and helping you prioritize what should be important to you. Self-actualization. What is your identity? Some people are in transition. They're leaving careers. So what is it? Who are you? And a lot of people feel like they're a ship adrift. So, we kind of help you with that, in terms of rethinking. What is your contribution? Who are you? What are your goals? What's your purpose in life? We like to say people spend more time planning a vacation than they do their lives, which, we feel to be suboptimal. You really need to be thinking, what is it that I want out of life? What do I want next month, at the end of this year, in the next 5 years? Because if you don't do that, life just happens by accident. So these are some other, techniques and tools that we advocate. And I won't say lastly, but, in terms of this discussion, community, tribe, a sense of belonging. I know many people feel like, hey, where do I belong? Where's my tribe? Where's my community? Well, again, if you're not surrounding yourself by people that care, that share the same values, the same priorities, that want the best for you, you're not doing yourself any favors. So Warriors Ascent, one of the, I'd say, benefits of the Warriors Ascent program is that sense of community. People with shared values, shared sacrifices, a lot of commonalities there, and people come to us and say, for the first time in a long time, if ever, they really feel authentically understood and appreciated by people like them that have been through similar issues, similar circumstances. So whether, it's through our program or in others, or, just your own relationships, I would implore you, make sure that you're surrounding yourself with a supportive community. So lastly, hey, the Warriors Ascent program, I'm not here to sell it. I'm here really just to thank you for taking the survey, but then also providing some feedback and also letting you know, hey, there's help out there. There's our program. Again, 5 days. Go to warriorsascent.org, sign up. If you just want some resources, you can get on our website and go to the resources tab. We've got a variety of webinars and other things, whether it be meditation and mindfulness, mindfulness-based stress reduction, yoga, a variety of things. So those are free. Go and take a look, see if there's anything good that might help you. And by all means, please reach out to us. Let us know what other type of resources, whether it be webinars, whether it be online training, what have you, we can offer, and we'll look at building that out. But of course, our primary program, the Warriors Ascent program, 5 days, it's life-changing. So, if you're really looking for help, consider coming to the Warriors Ascent program. But again, failing that, there are a multitude of resources. Leading up to that, I would hope that you can avail yourselves of, whether it be on our site or you seek it elsewhere. I'm hoping that this is somewhat helpful. And if nothing else, just know that you're not alone. Help is out there, and you can get through this. You can persevere and flourish. It just takes the right tools, the right support, and just that discipline in doing the right things day to day. So please reach out to us. And either way, I wish you luck in your journey to healing. And again, thanks so much for seeking us out and providing that most valuable feedback. Take care.